Hello. Hi, everybody. This is Joe Mitchell, ActivateYourGreatness.com. And I want to talk to you tonight. I'm really excited about talking tonight. But what I first need to do is I need to share this on my homepage. So that's the first thing I need to do is share it on my homepage. Hold on a second. And once I do that, I will be in good shape. Let's see. I don't even know how to do that. Oh well. I guess I am not going to be able to do that for right now. So let's talk about stuff here. So basically, I am really excited this week because this is the week where I'm launching my book. And my book is getting out to more and more people. So there's a sale on my book. It's 99 cents. Here's the book, okay? It's 99 cents for the 99 cents for the online edition, the ebook. And for this, it's normally $9.99, and we've reduced it to $6.49, which is like almost the lowest price that we can offer it for, given Amazon's rules and everything. But it's beautiful. It's a wonderful book. It's a short read. It's not really long, and it contains the Daring Success System. And the Daring Success System takes you through the steps that it takes to achieve big, juicy goals without stress. And so what I want to do is I want to talk tonight. Now yesterday, so it's called the Daring Success System, and each word in the daring stands for another piece of the puzzle. D is for decide. Decide on your wow goal, and that's what we talked about last night. A is activate the power of tapping. Okay? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. R is release your limits, your up till now limits, the things that have been holding you back. I is install your joyful achiever identity. Because when you have the identity of a joyful achiever, then nothing's going to get in the way of you having fun every day. N, nail your meaningful action plan. Okay, we're going to talk about that, how to nail that plan. Strategy, create a good strategy, and then get into action. And then the G is get support. And that the support is what makes the action, the taking the action, easier and easier. And it gives you the power to really go for it. So, having said all that, let's talk about A in daring. Activate the power of tapping. Now, what is tapping? A lot of you know what tapping is, and there are a few of you that don't, but let me get deep into it. So I've been looking for ways to get rid of feelings that I don't want and to feel good consistently. And what I've found is that this method called tapping is an incredibly powerful tool that you can use, that you can administer yourself. You don't need to be, you don't need to go to a therapist. You don't need to, spend hours and hours like figuring things out. You don't even know. Now, I'm a big-time meditator, but you don't even need to sit down and meditate and kind of get quiet and be with it. You can just tap on it, or you can do both. But I really like tapping. So let's talk about what it is. It's tapping on certain meridian points in your body. Your body contains energy systems. Your body contains blood veins, it contains arteries, it contains muscles, it contains nerves, and all of these are systems. There's also a system which is less physical, and it's an energy system. And it was made popular in the acupuncture system, Chinese acupuncture. So basically, what you want to do is to tap on the ends of these meridian points, these energy channels. And as you do that, what happens is it releases the stored energy in the energy channels. And what's the sad truth is that many times when we feel emotions and we have upsets in our life or we have pain, these things get stuck in our energy systems. And then, particularly in our meridians. And then while we tap, we release them. The only thing that we want to do, now we can just tap and that will actually lower our intensity, lower our stress. But it becomes especially powerful when we think about the thoughts that we want to release, the things that we want to release. Okay? And notice I said the things we want to release, not the things that we want. We have a lot of law of attraction energy in this world right now. So what we are, instead of law of attraction, we are talking about feeling the upset and bringing that upset up so that it can be released. That's the power of tapping. It's releasing upsets, releasing things that are causing you stress or pain. So let's go over some of the basics with the tapping. Okay, so I have my own version of tapping, which I call freestyle tapping. The formal tapping technique, the most popular one, is called EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. And I'm going to teach you tonight the basic version of EFT. We're not going to get into freestyle techniques. We're not going to get into the expanded method of EFT. We're just going to focus on the basic method. We're going to keep this nice and short and sweet. And I'm going to give you something that you can do in your life. Now, I got to tell you, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of EFT videos, tap-along videos on YouTube. So if you just want to go to YouTube and type in EFT, there's plenty of those videos. So I would say that's a good way to do it. Now, let's talk about the points. So in EFT, there are, I think it's 8 or 9 points. So the first one is called the karate chop point. And this is the one that you would do if you were going to give a karate chop. It's right here. And what you do is you tap with your dominant hand, most probably. I recommend that you tap with your dominant hand, and that you tap with 3 fingers or 4. I mean, 3 only hit it. The 4th one kind of doesn't hit it. So you tap like this. Tap, 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 tap. Just try it. Try it, try it, try it. Now, while you're tapping like this, what you say is, even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself. So, so that's the way that the EFT goes. Now, I have some, when we talk about freestyle tapping in another video, I will tell you some of my different little variations, but that's the main one. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself. Now, what we use after that is we tap on the remaining points and we use what's called a reminder phrase. And the reminder phrase is some variation of this problem. So I'm going to show you in just a minute. Once I take you through the points, I'm going to then take you through an example of this. The first one is the eyebrow points, and they're at the tip of the eyebrow on either side. Okay, there's a lot of people tap with one hand. I personally like to tap with 2 hands, but you can tap with one hand as well on one side of the body. So if you were tapping on one side, you could tap like this. If you're tapping on both sides, you tap like this. And I would say basically on this one, you're going to do 2 fingers. Tap, tap, tap. The next point is here. It's the side of the eye. And what you're going to do, this time you're going to use 3 fingers. You're going to tap the side of the eye. It's not up here. It's right here at the eye level. And the next one is right under the eye. Either side of the nose, right under the eye. So you're going to tap again with 3 fingers. Tap, tap, tap. There's a bone right here. You can feel it. There we go. Tap, 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 tap. The next one is underneath the nose. And you're going to tap like so. Tap, 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 tap. If you already know this, just keep tapping. Like, just continuously tap, because that will help to reduce your stress levels, your any kind of level of tension that you have. It will help to release it. And then the next one is under the lip, between, like right in this indent groove here. And again, 3 fingers. Tap, 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 tap. Next point is the collarbone point. So you have your collarbone, and you're going to go down an inch on either side. And it's right here. Tap, right here. Beautiful. The next point is under the arm. It's right at the bra line, about 4 inches from the shoulder and the arm here, right here. And you're going to tap like this. You can tap like this, or you can tap. I personally like to tap like a claw, and I just tap here like this. And then the last point is going to be the top of the head, and it's back of the head. It's not like up here. It's back here, but it's at the top. And that is the last point. And I like to just put my hands on it, take a deep breath, and release. Okay, so let's just quick review. Side of the eye. Eyebrow point. Side of the eye. 3 fingers. Side of the eye. Under the eye, 3 fingers. Under the nose, 3 fingers. Under the lip, 3 fingers. Claw here. Collarbone point. It's like under the collarbone. Under the arm. Top of the head. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good job. Good job. Okay, so those are all the points. So, are you feeling an activation? I mean, if you've been doing this with me, I know that you've been feeling some type of an activation with this. There is some kind of an activation. So, that's what we're going for. Now, the next thing is to take a problem. So now that we know how to tap, we take a problem. And one of the things that I always like to use as an example is public speaking. Because a lot of people have some issues with public speaking. So I want you to imagine that you are going to do a speech. And you're not super ready, you're not super prepared, and you're a little nervous because you're going to be speaking in front of, let's say, 100 people. And you're nervous because you don't really know it perfectly and you haven't had the chance to really study it. So when you think about that, you get nervous, and you feel it here in your upper chest. And you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to start to do the tapping, and I'm just going to show you the power of the tapping. So even though I'm nervous about this speaking gig and I have tension in my upper chest, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm nervous about this speaking gig and I have tension in my upper chest, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm nervous about this speaking gig and I have tension in my upper chest, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, you've done it 3 times. Now we start tapping here. Okay. I'm nervous about this speaking gig and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. I'm nervous about this speaking gig, and I have tension in my upper chest. And then you put your hands on, take a deep breath. So that is one round of tapping. So the one thing that is important to do, which I forgot to do tonight, is to assess how nervous are you. So I usually use a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being not nervous at all, and 10 being incredibly nervous. And so I might say that when I first started to think about it, I was at a 7. I was really nervous, and I had this tension in my upper chest. And now, as I think about it, the tension is way less. The tension here, instead of being a 7, the tension is now a 3. And when I think about it, my nervousness has gone down also to a 3. So that's how you do your tapping. This is explained in much more detail in my book. And if you get my book, if you open it up, and I'm really hoping that people do, there is a site. There is a site where you can get a workbook that I've produced and a video on tapping. So it goes you into much greater depth. Plus you have the tapping in the book. So if you really would like to learn this tapping, this is a good opportunity. This is a good time to get the book, go to the workbook, watch the video, and then you will learn how to do this tapping. I think it's a great way to learn tapping, because tapping is something that you can do yourself. You can do it many ways. I'm going to offer an introduction to tapping course at some point where you'll be able to learn a lot of the basics. So I really appreciate your being here tonight, watching this. Let's just review the points again. Even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm nervous about this speaking gig and I have tension in my chest, it's always good to say something about bodily sensations, because bodily sensations are real. And if you actually have an incident or a specific scene, something that we were doing something in the future, but you might have something in the past that happened. Somebody, I really feel, even though I feel hurt that she rejected me and left the relationship, I deeply and completely accept myself. So it might be something like that. And then you tap on the points. She left the relationship. She left the relationship. Side of the eye, under the eye, she left the relationship. Under the nose, she left the relationship. Under the mouth, she left the relationship. Collarbone point, she left the relationship. Under the arm, she left the relationship. Top of the head, she left the relationship. Take a deep breath. And that's basic tapping. Try it on some problems. I think that you know enough now to use it on some basic issues. Okay? You don't necessarily want to use it on the issue of her leaving you after being married for 10 years. I mean, that's a little difficult for starting out. But use it on little things. Use it on little upsets. Use it on little problems, things that irritate you, and see how it works. It's an amazing tool. And get my book, 99 cents until Saturday. 99 cents. And I think you'll really enjoy it. So thank you for listening, And tomorrow we will talk about releasing your limits. And that's going to be a very powerful talk. So please join me then. Thank you so much and have a great night.